What's up everybody, how we doing? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you some gameplay on my Magic Necro, and the reason I'm calling this the Deaden Pain carry is because I believe it is the Deaden Pain carry. Alright, this build is super duper tanky, and it has ridiculous percentage damage mitigations. It also has a lot of spell damage and CC ability, and it can just burst people from nothing. So overall, this build is solid. Alright, so here, basically, the whole idea of this build is to gather corpses and just spam Deaden Pain to get major protection up pretty much at all times. That's insane, if you ask me. And really the combo we're looking to do is heavy attack, blast bones into my master staff, and then finish them off hopefully with a spam. Yeah, we are using Jewels of Misrule food because we're using Vigor, so we need extra stam recovery. And yeah, we get that mana resolve from Vigor, so it's, in my opinion, Vigor is an absolute must-have on every build at this current moment. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, we're trying to use Dawnbreaker to basically finish off our kills. Now, I was using Meteor at one point. I also was using Colossus at one point. They're both doable. The problem with Colossus is that it really is just too expensive for my liking, which is really annoying. But it does hit like a truck, and it can absolutely just melt groups. Meteor's great for single target. The problem is it can get caught in this thing where it always gets blocked, and because it's easy to see coming. Like, I use my Flame Clench to stun, but usually people block because they know it's coming. So Dawnbreaker is a little bit more unpredictable because there's no lead up to it. So yeah, but overall, I mean, this build is solid. Necro is kind of in the gutter, if you guys aren't aware. Every time I play BGs or I PvP, I'm not joking around when I say I never see a Necromancer, like ever. Like, there's no Necromancers. But as you can see, I'm getting tons of kills. I mean, would this build be better on another class? Maybe. It might be. But, I mean, we're getting 12, 13k juicy heals. It doesn't happen on other classes because this resistant flesh is so freaking good. But yeah, I mean, overall, for me, Necromancer is definitely the most enjoyable. This combo is just solid. It's a little bit different than the build video I just put out. Not much different, but I will release the build video for this too. That's like, you know, the other version of what I've been running. This version is a little bit more of a ranged. Now, the reason I've switched to more of a ranged setup is just because I find that the melee one is probably a little bit better for like the single target damage overall because of arterial burst. But it just finds that, like, people just accidentally target you when you're in you're in the mix. Like, if you're in there trying to melee somebody, people just hit you and don't even realize it, and you just get just get nuked down. Especially in BGs. So, like, I tried to just, you know, stay out of it a little bit, but you still can get really involved in the fight with this build as well. The whole premise of the build is to Blast Bones, Flame Clench, and Force Pulse, right? So, I mean, the combo's simple, and in ESO, you're always going to be a lot more successful when you go into every fight with a plan. Right? So if you're just hitting people for the sake of hitting people, you probably aren't going to be successful. You have to have a plan of how you want to kill people. And this plan is to Blast Bones into Flame Clench. And basically just burst them down over and over and over. And it does work. I use Argonian. Now, I don't see a lot of Argonians. Argonian for me is insanely good. The reason I use Argonian is because the potion passive. And we also get 6% healing, which is very, very nice. We also get magic and stam, which is also nice. But the best part about the build is the potion passive, right? So I believe, off the top of my head, I don't have it in front of me, you get 3,000 health extra from potions, and you get over 2,000 from the other resources extra from potions. Now, when you use tripods, you are getting basically full resources from every potion. Currently, I'm using magic pots because I ran out of tripods. I already queued in and forgot to buy pots. But magic pots work pretty well because these ones actually give me the major intellect, so I get the recovery. And then I also get the resources back still for stamina and health, so it does work out still. It's solid. But overall, Argonian for me is just a well-rounded race that if you aren't speccing a bunch into survivability, then it can kind of help you out a little bit with the healing and the potion passive. Because if you don't have a ton of recovery, then this is kind of that extra recovery for you, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think I actually played really well in this game. I was like 13-0 at one point, and then my game bugged, and I couldn't use anything, and I was stuck in that running backwards animation until I eventually got out of it, and then the game ended. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that part of it. I was playing really well up until that point, so it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I mean, if you are watching and to pay attention to the clips, then you're seeing that pretty much my entire combo is based around me just Blast Bones, Elemental Susceptibility, Flame Clench to line up my burst, and kind of rinse and repeat a little bit. I like to use the cheaper version of Force Pulse. What is the other version? I can't remember off the top of my head. But I use the cheaper version because, one, it's cheaper. Two, I like to get that interrupt if I can. I know Force Pulse does AoE damage, but I like the interrupt. I find that I get people a ton with it, like Sorks and maybe Templars every now and then. So it does kind of save me a little bit sometimes. But yeah, I think this build's solid. I know Necro's not in a great place right now, and this build for me is the only thing I've been able to run along with my build video. So I have two builds now that I find viable enough for me to run Necro. It's still not the best. Like, it's still not going to be, like, I don't know. If you're min-maxing and you're going meta and like full meta rat sweat, okay, you're going to use the Stand Warden. It is what it is. Alright, DKs are insane and Arcanists are insane, but this build can compete with the best of them. You can 1v1 pretty much anyone. And you're really, really tough to kill. So that's the basic fact, is you're insanely tough to kill. I mean, you're getting the 10% from your Spirit Guardian, and then you're getting the 10% from Major Protection basically at all times. So, I mean, you can't really complain about that. So, you're getting just a ton of damage mitigation, getting 20% at all times. Pair that with the fact that you have 30,000, you're at the cap for resistance. 30-something thousand, and I say something because resistant flesh can change your resistances based on the heal it gives. See, like I just got an interrupt, and then I got the kill, but someone stole it. But yeah, I love this build, so let me know what you guys think down below. I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the rest of the clip, and I hope you all are doing well. I will be releasing this build video also, so that is just another Necro build on my channel. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. And as always, have a great day. Thank you.